Hey guys, I'm over here on Joey B's channel, and I was watching one of his videos, and first of all, he's talking about the Texas right here is now at 79,000, and actually it's higher than that even now as we're making the video. And he's basically saying the same thing I am, that hey guys, I mean, pay attention guys. We don't know, we do not have any idea who started these. For all we know, it could be the Bilderberg Group or the J.P. Morgan family, or any of the elites, any of the people with the gold and silver, just to forward their agenda on. But when we get over here, and hold on, you're gonna have to wait for this thing to update. It says petitions call for state to succeed, leading petition from Texas, and I went over and checked out the link because he provided the link as well, and I'll put the link down below. But I want to read something to you. Here, I'm just going to bring this up. Now, this is Governor Perry of Texas here. And he states, when we came into the nation in 1845, talking about Texas, we were a republic. We were a standalone nation, he said to a group of bloggers, and one of the deals was, we can leave anytime we want. So we were kind of thinking about that again. Now that's back in 2009. Since then, the whole entire government up there in Texas here has changed their mind about things, and we'll get to that in a second. But as I said at the end of the video, Texas is the only state in all of the Union, guys, that retained its right to leave at any given point. We don't have to sign a petition. Okay, that's what tells me that you may want to pray about this and think about it before you start signing these petitions, guys. Because Texas doesn't need to sign a petition. We can up and leave anytime we want. There's no requirement for all the other nations may need to sign a petition or try to find a peaceful way of going about it. But Texas, we made a deal. When we came into the Union, we made a deal that we can leave anytime we want to. And that stands to this day, guys. So petitions aren't even needed. As far as that's what tells me something's going on here, and that the agenda is being fast forwarded. And basically that's the same thing that Joey's saying. And Joey points out a couple of other interesting things. And let me just scroll ahead here. You guys can come watch his video. I'll put his link down below. You know how I do things. Here's some of the other petitions that are coming up. Strip the citizenship from everyone who signed a petition to succeed and exile them. Okay? 3,323 votes at the time he made the video, needing 21,000 votes. Again, guys, before you go start signing these things, you better think about the long-term effect of what might possibly happen. Because in my opinion, what this is a setup, a stage, a stepping stone to go into chaos. Civil unrest, civil war, civil destruction, chaos. The perfect setup for the Antichrist to show up. It's got to happen first, guys. At some point it has to happen. In my opinion, I kept thinking, okay, the trigger point's going to be an economic collapse. But now that I'm seeing what's going on with all the states, and as I said, if Obama remains president, things are going to fast forward. It's going to pick up pace. The domino effect's going to kick in. And that's exactly what we're beginning to see here. So, I mean, things are really interesting right now, and it's been interesting to watch the comments below the video I made yesterday, because you've got people that are saying, yeah, jump right in there, get over there, you better sign it, you better do something, you got to. But the fact of the matter is, if this leads to chaos, those people that made those comments, it's all on their shoulders. So be careful what you're commenting, guys. Be careful what you're saying. Think this thing through before you make a decision. It's your decision. You can sign it or not sign it. But don't let other people persuade you. Sit down, think it over, give it some deep thought, guys, before you go and sign these documents. And after you've thought about it and prayed about it and all these things, whatever's required by you, you've done your research and you know what you're doing. If you've decided to go ahead and sign it, then go ahead and sign it. And if you decided that it's not something you should sign, then don't sign it. But it's purely your choice. Do not let anybody persuade you. You make this choice. This is your choice. you're going to be held accountable either way you go. So don't forget that. Your name will be there if you sign it, and if you don't sign it, your name won't be there. So either way, you're going to be accountable. Okay? Think this thing through, and I'll put a link to Joey's video if you want to come check it out. He's talking about civil war as well. That this is possibly, and he's saying the same thing, that most likely the elitists and the puppeteers, that's most likely the agenda here. But again, guys, we don't have facts. We have no clue who started each one of these petitions. Hold on a second, let me pause that. But guys, you know, you have to make your own choice here. Don't listen, don't let some comment persuade you one way or another. Okay? Think this thing through, do some research on it, and then you decide for yourself, okay? Don't let somebody persuade you either way, to sign it or to not sign it. You need to make this choice completely and utterly on your own, because you will be accountable for it either way you go. So, guys, get in the Word, stay in the Word, and get the Word in you. And guys, I'm telling you, it's all dominoing. Everything that's a secret and a lie, it's all being exposed. Think about it. Benghazi's being exposed. You've got the adultery that was going on with Petraeus and the guy above him that started the FBI investigation on him. You know, he's in trouble for, you know, sending a bunch of shirtless pictures to the same lady. Okay, everything is now beginning to become exposed. All the lies, all the deceptions are now beginning to become exposed. The eye-opening process is taking place right now. Okay, we don't get this year gap. Remember, I said if Romney gets in there, you got a year to prepare, to get ready for the things to come. But if Obama remains, it's a domino effect. It's just going to go downhill quick. You're going to see everything unravel, and that's what we're seeing here. And what's interesting, for the first time, the media is actually sticking to something important. Because here you have the whole adultery, sex scandal thing going on, but you have the media still talking about Benghazi. Usually they drop Benghazi and get stuck on the sex thing because sex sells. Okay? So everybody's going to tune into the sex part of it. They know that. But for the first time, you see that actually the media is not letting go of Benghazi. They want the Secretary of State, that's Hillary Clinton, and they want the President of the United States, that's Obama. They want both of them to give testimony and to get to the bottom of what happened. And not only that, what's even more interesting is the House this round is Republican. And all the lies and deceptions and corruptions that happened was on the Democratic side. So you better believe the House wants to get to the bottom of this and to expose it completely. Because they just lost the election, whether it was a rigged election or not, doesn't matter. They lost the election, they're let down, they're trying to find a way to rebuild that image of the Republicans. So you better believe the House is going to dig as deep as they can and expose this thing to a T. But I have a feeling, just because media is biased toward democracy, I mean the Democrats, it always has been, whether you want to admit it or not, it just always has been. And I have a feeling that somehow or another, all of this story, all of them, the adultery that's been committed, the sex scandal above that, and then the Benghazi situation, I think somehow or another, all of it is going to play out in the end to the benefit of the Democrats. Watch. It's always been that way, guys. Just go back to Clinton. Just go back in time and look. For whatever reason, the elite spend all their money always trying to lift up and to benefit the Democrats. Always. It's always been that way. And those of you that are pure Democrats, get mad at me, but you still got to face the truth of the matter, okay? I'm neither Democrat nor Republican. I'm not liberal or any other thing. I just simply say, we've all screwed up. Every single one of us that live on this planet at one point or another has screwed up in some way, form, or fashion, has slipped and fallen, has erred. We're all guilty, okay? And what we need to do as a people is turn back to the Father and say, you know what? We got this thing completely out of hand. We've gotten completely corrupt. We're screwed up. We're turning back to you to walk in your ways. And I promise you, He Himself will fix the government. Because he claims that he's the one that messed up your government, that sent the enemy in to take you down, to make you into a slave, because we turned our backs on him. So he sent the enemy. The same thing he's done throughout the entirety of the history of the planet. For any people that turn their back on him, whether it's Israel or another nation, it doesn't matter. It's always been that way, guys. Nothing's changed. There's nothing new under the sun. And the fact of the matter is, it's not going to get any better at all in any way, form, or fashion until we all step back and say, yep, we messed up. We turned our back on the Father, and he definitely sent the enemy on us, just like he said. The banks are here, definitely without question. They have taken over every nation. It's unquestionable that the corporations have moved in and have received all the rights of human living souls, while the living souls have lost all of their rights and have become slaves. It's unclear that he's absolutely correct. And it's unclear that we've absolutely screwed up. But we can't, for whatever reason, our pride is still way up there. And we just can't bow down and say, yep, we did screw up. We're sorry, we confess it, and we're going to walk in love from here on out. Corporations are gone. Because believe me, wherever you spend your money, that's what you're building up. You are more powerful than you can even imagine. Every dollar you spend builds something. Whether it's your neighbor who's selling the watermelon out of his garden, or it's Walmart that doesn't pay its employees worth a darn, and can get away with crime, and has made the Waltons one of the wealthiest people in the world. All the family members of the Walton at that. Not just one, but all of them. Okay? You spent your money there. You built it. You created it. You did it. And you're still doing it. So am I. Except I try not to. Whenever possible, I don't go to a corporation. Whenever it's possible. I always first look for the farmer's market or any other thing that involves normal, everyday people like me and you. I want them to prosper. I don't care about a fictional entity, a building. But I do care about the people. And if there's someone out there trying to make a living, trying to make it, and get back what we once had, then I'm going to support that person over a corporation any day of the week. Nevertheless, guys, it is what it is. And according to the scriptures, it's just not going to happen. The people are not going to confess. And he cannot forgive you until you confess. That's the problem here. And as long as people blame it on the government and blame it on, mysterious things or the alignment of the sun or planets or whatever it is. I mean, there's thousands of theories out there. And the 2012ers, here comes the end of the world in a month or two. I mean, December 21st, guys, we're dead, man. I'm sorry, that's what they say. But, it doesn't matter. But December 23rd, we'll carry on and continue forward, and they'll be exposed. I mean, it's just that simple. All lies, all deceivers are going to be exposed. So just stop. Deal with facts, guys, and facts alone. Don't make an assumption. And if you do make an assumption, that's fine, but tell people that you're assuming. Don't make them believe that what you're saying is right when all you're doing is making assumptions. That's what gets everybody all messed up. And then somebody's got to eventually stand up and get it all cleared up in people's heads, because if not, everybody's just going to remain confused and blind. It's just the way it is, guys. I love you guys. Get in the Word, stay in the Word, and get the Word in you. But when it comes to this, guys, you guys got to make your own choice here. Do not let people influence you to sign it or to not sign it. You choose. Make your own choice. Ignore people in this situation. It is your choice, and you will be held accountable. So, I'll talk to you guys soon. Just think about what's going on here. How did this get started? Do some research. Find out what's going on. And remember, guys, Texas absolutely does not need a petition to peacefully leave. We have the right. We kept our right to leave anytime. And you can go over here and read the article, guys, because it goes on down. And it says right here, this is, they're speaking on behalf of Governor Perry. Governor Perry believes in the greatness of our union, and nothing should be done to change it, his spokesman said. late Monday afternoon. So you can see that whatever's happened here in 2009, it's crossed his mind twice to secede from the Union in 2009. Twice it crossed his mind. And now he's okay with it. So clearly, there's either something being held over his head, something's going on here. That's crystal clear. But there's no reason to assume we will everything, guys, is going to be exposed. Nothing's going to remain hidden. Everything is unraveling. And the wisdom of the world is coming to nothing. Their plate tectonic theories, all these things, the theory of evolution, all of it is just unraveling. All of man's wisdom and knowledge, all of his lies and deceptions, all of it, guys, is unraveling. The final stage is being set. All-out chaos is coming. That's when the Antichrist shows up, claiming to be the Christ, the Messiah, the Savior, God Himself. Among men, yes, Emmanuel. And the thing is, the majority of the world bows, literally bows to this man. Because he's doing miracles, signs, and lying wonders in the eyes of men. Men are watching this man do supernatural things. When it says calling down fire from heaven, literally, men's eyes will watch fire. When he calls for it, they will watch the fire come down from the heavens. Okay? Will space-based holographic technology be being used? I don't know, guys. Because Father gives him the power to do these lying signs and wonders. So he may naturally do it. If you go read the book of Job, he creates whirlwinds, fires, and all sorts of things. When Father lets him loose. Go look at Job's life and what happened and what exactly Hasatan was capable of doing. Guys, I got to get off here to keep this video a little bit short. It's already getting long. Bottom line is, guys, when it comes to these things, you're going to have to make your own choice. But do not forget that petition for Texas is worthless. But it's going before Obama. And Obama's seeing that most of the states, according to the people, whoever started these things, and then all the signatures, that clearly nobody likes him. And you're dealing with a regime that clearly lies and deceives and lets 4 American ambassadors die, telling people to stand down. Let them die. Clearly sending a message that if you're a terrorist group, come on in. Do whatever you want. There's no consequence. Okay? There was a United States drone shot at by Iran. That, guys, is an act of war. What did Obama do about it? First of all, he didn't tell the American people. Second of all, he did nothing. Again, a clear message. Come on in, guys. We're going to do nothing as long as I'm in office. Get over here. Hurry. You're running out of time. I've only got 4 years left. Think about what's going on, guys. Get back to reality. Okay? Get off of the HARP stuff. Get off of the government out to kill you and all these things. And understand, Father, put all of that in place. And if you don't believe me, that means you have not been in that word and you have not read it. And clearly, when their time is up, they get the full wrath of Father. And believe me, don't nobody want that. But they're going to get it. And they're going to get their position in eternity below everybody. So, I'm glad they had fun for 100 years, 120 years, 60 years, however long they got to live. Because eternity's billions of times longer than that, and they will be on the bottom. But they get the power in the here and now. So deal with it. Okay? Deal with it. Stop getting mad and realize you turning your back is what caused it. He clearly says that. And that he would take it away if the people would just repent and give you back a great government and a republic. One nation under the Creator. Okay? Or under God. I wouldn't use the term God because I just don't like that word. I don't like what it means when you look it up and get the definitions of it. I'd rather go with Father because He is what created every one of us and gave us newness of life with His Spirit, the Spirit of truth. Okay? We all lived in lies and deceptions until we started to research the truth out. But I'll get off here, guys. I'm sorry about the long video. But, guys, seriously, make your own choice. Don't let anybody influence you any direction. Go do your research, make your own choice. That's important. It's important, guys. Talk to you guys later. Shalom to all.